Hello and welcome back to the CSO YouTube channel for third time. Yesterday we covered all three playable races, and today we are going to cover what you can play in StarCraft 2. Welcome back to the CSO Welcome to StarCraft guides, presented by yours truly, Mauzy. Well, let's just dive into episode number 3. It's gonna be a blast. Alright, so once you arrive into the game, first of all, you are going to see this screen probably. Welcome to StarCraft 2. Features 3 distinct races whose armies are comprised of entirely unique units and structures. Each race has its own strengths and weaknesses, and knowing their tactical profiles can mean the difference between glorious victory or crushing defeat. So true. That's what we covered in the previous episode, basically, just in a nutshell. If you're a total newbie, beginner, call it whatever, then I suggest you hop into the tutorial. It's really fun to just learn how the base of the game works, how to control your units, how to actually produce a building, a unit from a building, how to give commands to units. This is in case you haven't played any kind of RTS or not even a MOBA. Trust me, it's not a shame. I did it as well, though I played RTSs as well as MOBAs and all kinds of games that featured hotkeys and whatnot. So trust me, this is really helpful. If you choose intermediate or veteran, it will prompt you to go into the menu basically, and intermediate will prompt you to play through the campaign, the co-op, and just mess around with the AI and team games and whatnot. And veteran will just say like, yep, you're good to go, chief. But once you're in the main menu, you'll probably have a different background. Don't worry, it's not a different version of the game. This is just something that I really enjoy, having this background. This is my favorite character, Zeratul. He's a Protoss Dark Templar, and I'm not going to spoil any more of that because it's part of the campaign, it's part of the story. You really don't want to get spoiled here. So, first of all, let's jump into the campaign phase. We have 3 distinct campaigns. Currently, we are on the Legacy of the Void release. There is a extra 3 mission pack Nova Covert Ops campaign that is kind of separate from the main story, but the main stories, Wings of Liberty, Heart of the Swarm, and Legacy of the Void, so episode 1, 2, and 3 are linked to StarCraft and StarCraft Brood War. So if you know the story, these are going to be familiar. If you are not familiar with these, there is a thing called the story so far before you start your campaign. Wings of Liberty is free, Heart of the Sword, Legacy of the Void, and Nova Covert Ops are pay to play. If you have some spare money, I would recommend you get them on a sale because they are much worth it, and these are a lot of fun. It has a lot of replayability. And why? Because you can get different upgrades each time. That's one unique thing that is basically done uniquely. In Wings of Liberty, you purchase them. In Heart of the Swarm, you level up Kerrigan and you unlock the abilities. And in Legacy of the Void, you just upgrade the core of your battleship or your transport ship, or call it whatever, the Spear of Doom. Nova Covert Ops, you have a bit of a different method to use it. You have Nova as the Dominion Ghost. You can outfit her with different weapons, giving her different playstyles, different suit types, cloaked, uncloaked, more energy, less energy, as well as you can outfit units with different perks, but those perks are exclusive to one unit at a time. So if you like these, there's also custom campaigns created by the community. There's also different variations, like for example, the Terran campaign can be played through as Protoss. That's a lot of fun. Or you can play a reverse mode, basically you being the villain and trying to stop the good guys. Have you ever thought of that? I didn't, so it was a lot of fun. All right. If you enjoyed the campaign, I'm sure you'll enjoy co-op. Co-op is based on a couple of missions. You can set mutators to make it harder. There's also a weekly rotation of mutation missions, so you can get extra bonus XP for that. And what does XP do? First of all, let's say the missions are adapted to a 2-player experience, but they are from the campaigns. So if you play through the campaigns, these missions will be familiar. The missions feature commanders. You and your ally pick a separate commander, and these commanders can be of each of the 3 races. They have distinct playstyles, distinct units, and distinct upgrades. They also have something called prestige, which means you have 3 prestige levels. You level them up. You have different upgrades. Not upgrades, different playstyles each time. You have to max them out to level 15, then reset the level to unlock the new prestige, and so on and so forth. So it adds a lot of replayability. You can actually go all the way to level 90. There's also a custom co-op named Nexus Co-op that also adds a lot more into it, like different commanders with different perks and abilities. That's also fun, but even the base co-op is super fun. You can play all the commanders up to level 5. The 3 main protagonists are free. The other ones are free to play up until level 5. Then you have to pay a small fee to unlock them. If you like them, trust me, it's worth it. Okay, let's jump into the custom tab, because we want to keep the casual part in one section. So here I want to attract your attention to the arcade mode. Arcade means the assets of StarCraft 2 are being used in custom maps. Players, the community members, build these maps and modes, and basically you can play them for free. So that means you can even play, like, you like the StarCraft assets but you don't like any of the game modes, just try the arcade, because maybe you find something that you really like, an RPG, tug of war, tower defense, all these all this stuff can be played. Or even like an auto battler. Have you liked Teamfight Tactics but you're not a fan of a cartoony look? Try it with StarCraft. Star Chess is kind of popular, so you can play it. There's also like custom MOBAs and whatnot. Sometimes it's a bit more difficult to find a lobby full of players, but trust me, it's worth trying to search and actually just bond with the community and be together and just play to find the proper teams and whatnot. Okay, now let's move on to Versus. Versus is basically what everyone is thinking about when they say something about StarCraft. 1v1 is the most popular, but there's much more to it. There's basically training, which if you're a noob, you can actually just play through. Honestly, I don't know what happened here. There should be three stages. I don't know why it shows stage 1 and 3. Let me just try. Okay, there we go. So it was kind of bugged. We have 3 stages with 3 separate speeds, 1v1, and basically all the modes in Versus are played at faster speed. That is the default for tournaments and everything else, so you might want to get accommodated for it. You have the training, then you have the Versus AI, and you can play 2v AI, 3v AI, or Archon v AI. Archon is a different beast because you need a pre-made teammate, so you need to grab your buddy and you two queue up as one race. So basically you both like Protoss and you want to play as a team, but you don't want to play 2v2 like 2 separate players. Then you play 1v1 Archon mode, which means the Archon comes, as we talked about it, from Protoss. That is, and it's not, Archon mode is not exclusive to Protoss, by the way. Let's just get the example with Zerg. You want to play Zerg, and as we settled in the previous episode, Archons are formed when 2 Templars merge their energies, their powers. So they basically unite to be stronger. That's what Archon is. Grab your buddy and you both play the same race. That's the important part. So that could be fun. The same can go for player versus player experience, from 1v1 all the way to 4v4, including Archon. You can just pick your race and basically queue up. If you want to play ranked in 1v1, you need to have either purchased a campaign previously, or you need to have 10 first wins of the day. Once you have that, ranked is opened up. It's free, no need to purchase it. You can unlock it for free as well. It takes a bit of time, but trust me, it doesn't really matter. Your unranked MMR will actually grow with your ranked MMR and vice versa. So if you start out with unranked and perform well, your ranked MMR will be higher at the beginning. You can also play random, which is pretty much you will have a 33% chance to get the race you actually, or one of the races. So it will pick one of those. Your opponent will not know. He has to scout you, and it has a separate MMR, just like all three races. It doesn't matter if you're Grandmaster with Protoss, you will not have to face Grandmasters on your Zerg off race if that's something, let's say, like Diamond 1 or Masters only, like low Masters. So I guess that's a relief for some players. And yes, you can actually have fun with something that you're not so experienced on the level that you actually can perform at. Unranked and ranked are combined, so the pool is combined. You can face players who are playing ranked when you are playing unranked, and vice versa. You can take points, or basically give points to people who are playing ranked, even though you are playing unranked. And finally, there is the tournaments. So you can just grab your race that you are willing to play, just sign up for a tournament, and basically that's it. These are automated tournaments, 3-round tournaments. It will count towards your MMR, and it will give the tournament opponents based on your current division. There is like a range, but generally speaking, that's the thing, that you will face opponents close to your MMR. One more thing to disclose: whatever you saw in custom games, in the campaign or co-op, it's mostly gonna be different in Versus. Versus is adapted so the game is pretty balanced. Nothing is so broken that it's pretty much uncounterable. You'll face something that you feel like there's no counter to it, but maybe you just didn't figure it out. Or maybe you just got into a situation where there's no way back. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes your opponent outplays you, just hides their strategy, and you're gonna get surprised and have no time to transition and react to it properly. Then you're gonna lose. That's it. One thing that I want to say: no matter what you play, always tell your opponent, your teammate, all the players in the lobby, good luck, have fun, and when you are done with the game, just leave if you lost, or if you can, just say GG, even though your opponent played dirty, or even if they trolled you as a teammate. It's fine, it's gonna happen, but you need to understand that this is a long journey. You need to see the big picture. That's important. One more thing, in the custom tab we have Melee. Here you can create custom lobbies for your friends with certain mods. You can play certain maps here that are usually for Versus. For example, one of my favorite modes is Big Game Hunter, or something that I like to mess around with is the PvP mod for co-op by King Cobra. Basically, you saw one of these broken prestigious for one commander, and you were like, oh damn, this would kill in Versus. like, oh, I wish I could test it out. Your wish just has been granted, okay? So you just create the lobby, invite someone, or make it public, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah. And with that, we are going to basically end the series in most parts. Tomorrow, we'll have some afterthoughts. I'll let you know where you can actually find information about the esports, where you can actually watch the esports games, where can you actually bond with some people, read topics, just get involved with the community. And also, as always, I was Mauzy. We are CSO Esports, and we wish you nothing but the best. See you tomorrow. Bye.